kids, you're about to listen to a comedy podcast. That means that none of this is medical advice. If you need medical advice and medical care, please contact your doctor. Brought to you by the Koala Cola Corporation. It tastes just like Down Under. I'm Crappy Koala. Take it away, DJ Dylan.
Welcome to the Jock Doc podcast featuring Dr. London Smith. The podcast where medical secrets get exposed quicker than Jeffrey Toobin in a Zoom call. Introducing your host, Dr. London Smith.
Hello, and welcome to the Jock Doc podcast, where we discuss fitness and health and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring. I'm your host, Dr. LondonSmith.com. I'd like to begin by apologizing to our listeners. We've received some feedback about the excessive amount of technical medical terms that I've been using, such as vestibular neuritis and Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So I will try to temper my terminology to a simpler one in the future. Here to help with that is our producer Cameron.
Hey, Dr. London, I'm excited about today. Did you got my I call it a text, but it's sort of like a letter wrapped around a banana that I threw through your window.
Yeah, I appreciate that you switched to bananas, because the cinder blocks,
the pineapples.
Okay, yeah, you did. There was a progression to it, but what I most remember was the cinder blocks.
Yeah, I've sort of evolved over to the bananas side of things, but I'm excited to feature our brand new segment for the show, Cam's Question. And of course, question is spelled Cwestion. So it's Cam's Question.
Almost like you didn't need to say it. We all
of course,
got
yeah.
that.
No, I didn't even need to say anything. But I mean, Dr. Lennon, are you ready to answer Cam's question?
Okay, so I thought the questions would be directed towards you.
Oh no, this is my special secret question that I'm going to ask you, and maybe I'll even ask our guest later on.
Okay. Great. Okay, yeah. Hit me with it. I think I'm ready.
Dr. London. Stop talking. Dr. London.
Sorry.
What snacks would you bring on a road trip?
Okay. No, I knew you were going to. Okay. And it's me. It's not.
Uh-huh.
Who's with me on the trip?
Let's say Anwar Sadat.
Okay. If it's okay. I'm gonna say the white cheddar Cheez-Its.
Okay.
And that's for like when you're actually hungry. That's not the snacking type food. It's more solid. And then.
And what snack is Anwar, the former president of Egypt, going to get?
Once again, you don't need to clarify all these details.
Right?
If I won't know.
Of course.
But he's gonna have jalapeno Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now question 2, because this question has sub questions.
Yeah, I've been in a game show setting. I'm sorry, but I have been in this setting before. Like, you don't have to keep clarifying every single thing. But
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Next question.
Question 2. How do you feel about stealing these snacks?
From the former president of Egypt?
Just from whatever convenience store that you're going to get these snacks from.
Okay. Well, I don't expect the Egyptian gentleman to be necessarily working a convenience store. So I guess
he is on the road trip with you.
Okay. That
He's
changes
in the car. He's in the passenger seat. That is why he got the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Right?
Okay, so is he stealing as well if I choose to steal?
Both of you are stealing your snacks.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Mixed feelings.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah,
answer?
that's fine.
Okay.
And then question 3 is, what is the closest gas station or convenience store where the person behind the counter is pretty unobservant?
Okay. No, I do know this one. What's that one? Okay, so there's one around the block. It's a 7-Eleven, and it's not so much there. I think with regard to what you're saying, I think that they are observant, but they have binoculars, so it's like they're hyper observant in one specified area. So I don't know that they'd see, if you're asking about like stealing from them.
Well, I imagine in that situation you would be able to steal the snacks and candies that are right near the register, because they're going to be looking right past you.
Yeah. Well, because they're looking out for the big crime in the distance. Yeah. So.
Okay, so 7-Eleven down the streets. And this place, I mean, you can just take whatever you want and you think it'll be fine?
Well, it does depend on who's working. If it's Fred, he'll have the binoculars out.
Okay, if it's Fred. Okay, cool.
If it's not Fred, so Johnson's there, and if he is working at the time, he does have a shotgun there, and he pulls that out for anything.
Okay, so you have to ask who you're dealing with beforehand, since we're dealing with Fred and Johnson, right?
Well, they'll have name tags, I think.
Okay, so you don't even have to ask; you can just observe.
And I also feel like if you ask, and you're going for the binoculars one, he's going to lower the binoculars to talk to you, because Fred is very polite.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Okay. It's just I'm just trying to ask, like, what.
I just know them.
Okay.
So
okay.
Now
my actual final question is, where are your car keys? Can I see them?
Okay, I'm gonna fail this one because I just don't know. Can I phone a friend?
You can talk to me. Is that who you were gonna call anyway?
I was gonna call DJ Dylan.
Oh.
He always knows this kind of stuff. Like the trivia stuff like this, he always knows.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I could phone DJ Dylan, maybe he knows where my keys are. But if I'm okay.
Do
So
you have gas in the car?
Not in it, no.
Okay. This is all good information. I'm done. That's it. Cam's question over.
Okay. The gas is near the car, though.
Yes.
Like it's.
Oh,
it's
you have like a separate. Yeah. You have like a separate.
I dug
tank.
it out, and it fills. It's like a little, sort of my own take on a pond.
What is wrong with you today?
I don't know. Whenever you get me into trivia mode, I don't know. I have a lot. I guess I have a lot to offer. I watch a lot of Jeopardy, as you can probably tell.
Here I am. Clearly, I'm trying to set up a kick-ass road trip with my buddy. I'm going to steal your car keys. I'm getting you prepped to shoplift snacks for the road trip.
What?
And you are just tripping over yourself without, like, actually realizing that we're going on a road trip.
I did not get that out of what you were saying.
I know.
Okay, so that was our producer, Cameron. Also with us is DJ Dylan the host.
Dr. London.
DJ Dylan the host.
Doctor Podcast. DJ Dylan. Producer of Crime One. DJ Dylan. Hey! Hey! Hey, baby! I'm a baby. I'm in the Magnolia. Singing Magnolia.
And later, Cameron tells them we can expect a special guest.
That's right, Dr. London.
So look forward to that. Before we move on, though, I would like to address a bit of listener feedback. This note comes from the secretary of the CEO of the Koala Cola Corporation. The note reads, quote, "Please tastefully paint the incident at the factory as an act of nature rather than a deliberate act of violence by the nephew of the Koala Corporation CEO." End quote. So first of all, thank you to the corporate for reaching out to us here. It's great to hear back from, our I was going to say overlords, but of course, they're very, very kind company to be taking us on like this.
Why are you nervous today?
I just, how I get whenever I see Jeopardy stuff. So I'm like, now I'm just thinking, oh, everything's on the line.
Yeah, you're like squirrely today.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah. I know, because with that much money on the line in Jeopardy, and how much money? Sorry, I should have asked that. How much money was on the line for the
Dr. London? Hey, DJ Dylan, just go ahead and pause the record right now.
Yes.
Dr. London, can we talk about how much Koala Cola have you had today? Because you keep saying, "Oh, I'm only having 1 or 2 glasses," and then I look as I'm digging through your trash. I'm seeing 24 packs.
No, okay, because I really got.
I'm seeing
I got
bags of cans. Dr.
Okay,
London.
so I did get into recycling lately, really into recycling. So it's one of those things where like, well, you can't recycle if you don't have the recyclables. So I've been throwing them back. In a way, yeah. So I've been upping it a little bit, but it's.
So I mean, what would be like the number be today? And we love. Well, DJ Dylan, I guess, stopped recording, so it's fine that we can kind of maybe be a little more honest about this. But, like, Dr. Lennon, you have an addiction to Koala Cola. You know that there's addictive properties in there.
Yeah. I mean, clinically, I know it. But it's one of those things, like, I want to just say whatever,
Just because we have an unlimited supply of it, you're willing to...
Well, I mean, I was microdosing at first. But, like, I've really...
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. You kind of just get used to it. You up it. And,
Yeah.
You know what, DJ Dylan? Start recording again. I don't think anything's amiss, really.
Okay. Okay.
But, yeah, so the incident at the factory, that was an act of nature. How do we tastefully say that?
I mean, how else would you describe like a giant chandelier falling down?
Yeah, and
of course, people are questioning why did this factory even need this gigantic $10 million chandelier hanging over where everyone works and interacts and things.
And
like
who's
that.
asking that?
It's because
is really what I'm wondering.
A, who's asking that? Go away.
Mm-hmm.
B, look, the current CEO for this company,
great guy.
Crispy Koala, he likes the finer things in life.
Yes.
He likes expensive, nice-looking things. And yes...
He tastes just like Donut.
That's right, Crampy. And yes, a chandelier falling is always going to be sort of like a sad and scary event. Aww. But that is a natural occurrence. That is an act of God, Dr. London.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, I don't mean to sound doubtful. Yes, it is. So, to our corporate sponsors, thank you for listening. And you're welcome for, correcting that thing.
And we love Koala Cola, and we drink it every single day, and it's so good.
So good.
And there's no addictive
No,
properties.
It's great. I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God.
So...
Just your eyes. Just the way your eyes are bugging out.
Now for today's medical topic, hepatitis E. Hepatitis E is particularly it's particularly prevalent in India, Pakistan, Southeast Asia, parts of Africa, and is most severe during pregnancy. Like hepatitis A, hepatitis E is transmitted via the fecal-oral route and is generally a more mild form of hepatitis that will not become chronic. A way to remember...
And so the fecal-oral route, we're talking about a human centipede type thing, right?
Yes.
So that would be one method. Yes. It's not the primary method. But that would be one method. Yes.
Yeah, just going from fecal to oral. It's probably the most streamlined and efficient way of handling it, right?
If contracting hepatitis E was your goal, then yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know how much the movie went into sort of the health aspects and dangers
I don't
of
know.
getting like hepatitis.
You say you don't know, but you always have rewatch parties of that, like always.
Oh, yeah, but when I'm hosting parties, I never actually get to watch the thing, Dr.
Yeah,
London. I'm running
okay,
around
that's
making
true.
popcorn and
Yeah.
doing the dishes, and I'm a hoster. I'm social.
Yeah.
I don't really watch movies, so.
No. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. So, in any case, a way to remember that route of transmission is that you eat hepatitis E. Like all forms of acute hepatitis E can present with jaundice and dark urine, fever, weight loss, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and hepatosplenomegaly, and that's whenever your liver and your spleen are enlarged. When you run diagnostic tests that can show increased direct bilirubin, increased ratio of ALT to AST on liver function tests, and increased alkaline phosphatase. As I mentioned, it is most severe in pregnant women in whom it can cause acute liver failure.
And I know, Dr. London, you're a doctor, so you're going to focus a lot more on the sort of like physical health effects of these kind of things. But it's important to not neglect the mental health of your patients who are struggling with this. So, I mean, if you're currently stuck in a human centipede, that's not going to just be, oh, it's making my stomach hurt and, oh, I'm getting these diseases. You're probably missing your family. You might be a little uncomfortable. You're sort of having to work day in and day out and never getting a break.
Depending on, I guess, which position you are in the centipede, it would affect your life a lot more.
Yeah, I guess I just don't see many of our listeners being the guy at the front. I love our listeners, but to be that level of a sort of alpha dog, I'm just not sure that
Yeah, that is an alpha move.
No, I don't see our audience being leaders, so to speak.
Okay.
But anyway, all that to say is like, hey, not only is Dr. London worried about your physical health, but also your mental health.
Yeah. So anyway, diagnosis is with IgM for hepatitis E virus antibody for the acute infection, and then for the resolution of the infection, you'll look for IgG antibody. Treatment for hepatitis E is supportive because it usually resolves spontaneously over the course of a few weeks. So it's really just supportive, trying to help them feel better in such a difficult time. And, if there is a human centipede situation involved,
right,
then I would say that probably more intervention would be required than just the supportive.
Well, because they already have all the support they need. They have their best friends right there with them.
Yeah, is that how those human centipedes work?
Well, no, I mean, you're gonna grow close to them, like if you're with them all the time,
I can see how you'd physically grow close to them. Yeah.
I just imagine you're gonna bond with them, probably in a physical sense as well, and just sort of become as close as family.
All right. Well, if it's all right with you, we can just move on from there.
I just want to say, if you're stuck in a human centipede situation and you're on the tail end, that sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. So to any listeners who are in that position, we our hearts go out to you. Thoughts and prayers. All right, Cameron, you said that we have a guest today. Is that right?
That's right, Dr. London.
All right. Well, hello there. My name is drlondonsmith.com, and this is our producer, Cameron. What was your name?
Oh, hi. My name is Kathy Kent. Oh, God, I've got so much to do. Hi. I'm happy to be here. I've just got so much to do.
Kathy, what's wrong? You seem like really sort of distraught.
Oh, God, I'm so busy. I'm a mom. Okay. I've just got left and right. I'm running around. I got to walk the dog. I got to brush my teeth. There's so much to do.
The hardest job that there could possibly be.
Oh, my God.
Brushing
I got
your
to
teeth,
make the bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to file my nails. I haven't filed my nails. Oh my God.
So I've never, been a mom, so I haven't had to walk a dog before. How do you incorporate that? How do you manage that? I can't imagine that.
Well, you have to give up. Like, I haven't even eaten today. I have to eat today.
Yeah,
I haven't done that today.
The whole dog
That's
thing,
that's how stressed I am. Yeah, so I just kind of like, you got to juggle. You take the dog pee while you're doing your taxes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and also, how dare anyone question your attitude when you haven't even eaten today?
I haven't even eaten. I got the kids, their PB&Js and, their edamame and...
But of course, God forbid that you have time to make yourself a sandwich,
Oh my God forbid. God forbid. Yeah.
I know.
So much to do.
Dr. London's a bit out of his wheelhouse here. I'm not a father, but as we talked about on a recent episode, I am a grandfather. And so I have dealt...
I did hear about that. That was wild.
Yeah, I have dealt somewhat with just being busy and just sort of like, oh, okay, I guess I have to do the laundry. I guess I'm doing the dishes. Like...
You get it. Like, you're doing it all. You got to wash your face. You got to shower.
So this is one thing about motherhood that I do actually feel like I have some insight on, which is I brushed my teeth today. I brushed my teeth last night as well. And so this is, I don't know how maternal that is, but maybe I do have some of these maternal instincts in me.
Well, try washing your face and walking the dog and doing all that after you've been to the PTA meeting too.
Okay.
Wow.
No, I haven't tried that.
I mean, you wouldn't understand. I don't think you'd even understand. I've just got to get the kids to the bake sale. I got to take them to diving lessons. Anyways, I'm not here to complain. I'm here because I have questions about my kids. They're not doing well.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow.
Just,
like they're not doing well in diving, or you mean like they're sick?
No, Zach has a fever. He's been losing a lot of weight. He's fatigued. He's nauseous. He has jaundice, I think is what they call it.
Okay.
So I thought...
Okay.
I laugh when I'm sad, if that's what that's about.
That's a motherhood thing.
So
yeah,
I mean,
okay.
if you've already diagnosed him, I mean, if you already know he has jaundice, then...
No, that's just one of the symptoms of the many.
Oh.
I thought maybe you could help me. I mean, I don't have time to take him to the doctor. I thought, let me just hop onto this podcast and find out a quick fix. My God, I don't have time.
Yeah, okay. So...
And I do want to say real quick, Dr. London, you were saying, well, I brush my teeth too, I wash my face too, but you don't do it like a mother does.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like saying, oh, I can get a nice apple pie from the store. And it's like, it's not going to be done like mom does it.
You're not baking it.
You know what I mean? And so it's...
Get it. Yeah.
Like,
you get it because you're a grandfather.
Yes.
You get it.
It's, yes, Dr. London, as a childless man, you brush your teeth. But as a parent, oh my God, you have to brush your teeth.
Oh my God, brushing your teeth. Ugh. Like I just ran a marathon. I'm just like, I don't even have time for this.
Ugh.
So now
I have to get to bed.
I'm wondering how much I take for granted now. Because I floss, I brush my teeth, I use mouthwash.
Oh my God. I've got to floss today. I got to use my mouthwash. It's like all, oh my God, it's exhausting.
I even used to.
How do you do it?
I used to, and I, admittedly I've dropped off with this, but like I used to use a water pick. I don't know if that's even in the even a possibility for you as a mother.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? How you think I have the time to pick up a water pick?
Oh my gosh.
And put it in my mouth? What kind of time do you think I have?
What kind of like Looney Tunes world, Dr. London, that do you live in? Sorry that we live in the real world.
Yeah, sorry we're taking care of human beings. Yes.
Okay, yeah, so this is obviously, I'm gonna be kind of, just, I guess watching from a distance almost for this whole thing, just because I don't relate that well. But maybe I can track down a few of your children's issues. For one thing, can you tell me their ages?
Yeah, Zach is 14.
Okay.
And Pear is 7.
Okay. Zach and Pear, 14 and 7. Okay. And you said that Zach is having a lot of... Well, the jaundice especially is really concerning. You didn't happen to...
What is jaundice? Someone just threw that at me and said, he has jaundice. I don't even know what that is.
So it's when
you haven't even had time to look into
You think I have time to open a book? Yeah, like, you think I have time to look into that? Like, can you tell me?
No.
Okay. Well, no, I can. I think it's whenever your skin takes on a yellow hue, like
Yes, that's what he has. He's all
in his
yellow.
eyes, and then
I did want to ask real quick, you just the way you said, like, A, you're way too busy to ever go to the doctor, which I totally understand, but also B, you just said someone told you he had jaundice. Was that person like a medical professional, or was it just like a guy?
The principal called me in, which you think I have time to go to a one-on-one with the principal.
Yeah.
okay.
And the principal goes, I think your son has jaundice. You should look into it. I'm like, okay, what, let me open up a dictionary. Yeah, right. Like, I'm going to have the time to do that. So anyways, that's just the principal told me that he thinks I should look into this.
Okay.
Now, what's the other kid sick with? What's that kid's name? Apple?
Pear?
Or Pear?
Pear, that kid, she's a glorious girl.
7 years old.
Fabulous diver.
Oh, she's the diver.
So she's, yeah, and she's just been sneezing a lot, but when she sneezes, her eyes start to ooze. They start to ooze this like creamy,
like purulent. Yeah.
and then on top of that, she's talking these days in a foreign accent. Okay, we're from Virginia. Like, there is no foreign accent here that she grew up with. So, like, she's just kind of losing she's losing her function in her mouth. I don't know the medical term. You tell me.
You say an accent versus loss of function, which to me, those are two different things. So maybe, like, is it maybe just gained a different accent that sounds a little slower? Like, a southern accent sometimes can sound a little slower, more of a slur to the speech.
No, it's like, did you ever hear when Lindsay Lohan all of a sudden had a different dialect?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's very much
this must
like
be
that.
another grandfatherhood, motherhood thing.
You don't know Lindsay Lohan? Oh my God.
When she tried to kidnap those children and was like pretending to be British or something.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Every mother knows that. Every mother. We were all texting each other. Did you hear about that?
Okay. And it was like kind of Turkish too. She had a big weird Turkish thing for a while. And that she was like supporting dictators and stuff like that.
So it's not normal to have a Turkish phase?
It's not. Okay.
No, I'm asking. That was a question. Because that's...
Or are you asking me?
I'm asking both of you, because this is the motherhood stuff. I'm just unfamiliar. So
I don't know anyone besides Lindsay that's had a Turkish phase.
Anything Turkish, that's fine. That's not really the issue as much as sort of pretending to have an accent, trying to kidnap these children off the street.
Okay.
I looked up.
Things.
I did a quick Google.
Okay.
As quick as can be. So you tell me. But it said there's a thing called foreign accent syndrome.
Yeah, so that's whenever they have a foreign accent syndrome.
Can you tell me more about that?
So, I wish I could, but so today's medical topic was actually hepatitis E, and
hepatitis E.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I want to help you here, but so contractually under our new sort of corporate sponsors, the great people at Koala
Cola.
It tastes just like down under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Okay, Crampy. If you just sit back down in your little stool, we have to do something about this koala. I can't do it anymore, Dr. London.
My kids love Koala.
That's
good.
But the koala is pissing all over the floor. He's awful.
Sounds like Pear. Yeah.
Is Pear doing that? Pear's peeing all over the floor like a wild animal?
Uncontrollably.
Oh, wow.
Did you think that was the foreign accent syndrome? Or connected to that? Or when did that start?
I don't know.
I mean...
Pear's never been potty trained. I've never had the time to potty train Pear.
You've been so...
I mean, she's only 7.
Yeah, and you've been so busy. What, you're going to be at
I'm
the
so
PTA
busy.
meeting and also in the bathroom?
What, also potty training?
Yeah. Oh, am I going to be just carrying around like a little kid's potty thing when I'm at the store doing my grocery shopping I got to do?
Yeah, just throw them in diapers. Yeah, I mean, come on. No. So that's one issue. Tell me more about hepatitis E. It sounds a lot like what Zach has.
Yeah. Okay, and this is going to sound like a real long shot here, but
Okay.
Zach hasn't had any human centipede situations recently, has he? Like, that's not the main...
Well, not that Mom knows of. Not that Zach's going around and telling Mom those things.
I feel like you would know.
14-year-old boys don't tell you that.
I feel like even if, like, he had text messages or whatever that you didn't know about, I feel like you would know about this one. So
yeah, I mean, did he disappear for a long period of time and maybe return with weird stitches and scars?
Well, I can't see through all the yellow.
Oh.
There might be scars and stitches under all the... He's literally just yellow.
So there's scar, because usually the yellow just colors the skin. It doesn't... So this sounds like there might be actual physical wounds on his face.
Well, and did he disappear? I guess I'm more concerned about that part of it.
Did he disappear?
Yeah.
Okay. As if I have time to keep track of where both kids are at all times. Like, maybe he did disappear, okay?
There'd be no way to know,
my fault? I've got to walk the dog. I've got to put the load in the laundry. Yep. Like, you think, where's Zach? There's only so much I can do. So, yes, there could have been a period of 3 to 7 days he was gone.
Yeah.
So I did just get a message from corporate, and they are allowing me to briefly discuss foreign accent syndrome. And they
I want to hear about that.
Okay.
So usually that
thank God.
That occurs whenever there's a head injury of some kind, like part of the brain is affected.
Well, Pear is a diver, and she did. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm emotional.
Oh, it's okay. No, I totally understand.
Yeah, it's emotional to talk about. She did jump off the diving board and then did not land
in the water. Is that what you're getting at?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Wow.
Did she hit the diving board, or did she hit the side of the pool?
Or both.
This is diving into a pool, right?
So sorry, it was so emotional.
Oh wow.
She hit the pool.
Oh wow.
But no water. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Smack.
So she forgot about the water part of the pool. Okay, no, I know that, I guess I've seen...
So do you think that's where it came from?
Potentially. It seems... Okay.
Well,
no,
I kind of want to... I think it might be something a little different, Dr. Lennon, right? I mean, she's sort of like dripping this ooze out of her eyes, right? Mm-hmm. She's speaking in...
Every time she sneezes.
She has a foreign accent. Is she speaking in a foreign language? Is she suddenly speaking
No.
She's not speaking like Latin in a really deep voice or something? I was kind of hoping for possession, but I guess that maybe isn't it.
Oh.
I was going to say, just to offer an alternative diagnosis here. Yeah. From demonic possession. It could also be, that sometimes if you have a head injury that, especially if it affects the nose, then they can actually leak the spinal fluid out of the nose, and it can look like snot a little bit. If it's like
that sounds right.
I'm not sure. Like, usually it's...
Should I be taking notes? What should I do here? Should I just write this down?
I feel like you should take them to the... And I know that you don't have time, but I feel like this is a situation to take both of your children to the doctor.
Well, and I think we should consider both theories just as equal, right? Until we prove it. Like, yes, it could be your spinal cord thingy.
One could be possession.
It could be some sort of a possession. Or did you piss off a witch recently? Did you make a witch angry?
I'm sure I pissed off a witch.
Oh, you wouldn't even know. They're not even in your rear view mirror. You're going.
I mean, I just got things to do. I have to cut people in line. I got to move. I'm sure people are PO'd, you know?
I mean, have you like hit anyone with your car and you were too busy to like stop and see if you hit? Did you hit a dog, but you didn't actually check if it was a dog?
Did they yell after you left and say like, "Hey, stop! I'm
Or like I
hurt"?
put a hex on you?
I did hear, "I'll put a hex on you," but I thought they were quoting the Hocus Pocus movie that we all know, and it's like, "I'll put a hex on you." You know that one?
Yeah.
The kids love it.
Well, it's one of those things where I would start to pay attention just a little bit more to context. So like sometimes if someone's just talking and they kind of obviously make a movie reference, or like you're talking about movies and Halloween, whatever, then that. But if you just hit them with your car and they've kind of got a pointy hat on and their skin is green, then you might consider that possibly they are just putting an actual hex on you. And sometimes it's tough to tell.
Okay, again, Dr. London, you're speaking as a childless person. Do you think Kathy has the time to see if this person is green or is flying on a broom or anything like that? She's looking forward.
I have the time? Thank you.
I guess that is another question. Was it sort of like hitting?
I have to get gas. I have to put gas in my car. You think I get?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. When you were driving and you hit them, was it kind of like hitting a bird in that they were coming from above and hit your windshield, or was it I'm just thinking of a broom situation. They might have been flying.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking of. Now that you say it.
Because then it probably wasn't a dog. Most of them don't jump that high to be hit.
And as a medical doctor, you think that hitting a flying broomstick person is equated to my children's issues right now?
It sounds like possibly it could have an effect. I'm just trying to. This is all of our differential diagnoses. Okay, so we have.
Well, I mean that one's my favorite because we just do abracadabra and they're better, right? I like that.
Well,
one.
Cameron, do you want to speak to this?
I highly doubt it has anything to do with Zach's situation. That sounds completely independent. It sounds like
fever, weight loss, nausea.
Yeah.
Jaundice.
It sounds like
fatigue.
And okay, is this a new development? Did this happen after maybe a week period where he had maybe disappeared?
He came back. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Came back with scars on his face that apparently have swollen up to the point that he's not. You can't tell if there are stitch marks on his face.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't have time for a one-on-one chat with my kids. I'm running. Yeah. I'm doing the dishes. I'm making the lunches. I'm running over here. I'm running over there. Like I don't have what you think we're gonna have a one-on-one conversation.
I guess.
Well, and also, when you see, when people are close to you, you aren't gonna notice like every little physical change because you're seeing them on such a consistent basis. It's like when you're hooked up to a human centipede. These people, you notice them every single day because you're spending so much time with them that you're not gonna notice if they gain a few pounds, get a new scratch here or there. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And if this was the case that my little Zachy was in the human centipede, is that something I need to be worried about as a mother?
Yeah. That's so this as I even mentioned in the medical lesson, hepatitis E isn't even the only disease that your son could have gotten from a human centipede situation. It's a fecal oral transmission. There are a great many diseases that you can get from that. And parasites.
Is that
viruses?
Is that explains the weight loss?
Yeah, it could explain a lot, and it's and I don't want to like overburden you here, but this seems like one of those things that like maybe just hire a babysitter sometimes or a nanny. I don't know if that's with financially times can be tough, so I understand if that's not realistic, but you might want to just start thinking of ways to, or maybe something to keep them occupied with something else.
Again, you're just speaking as childless.
Yeah, keep him occupied.
Yeah, let me just...
What, a Rubik's Cube? You want me to get him a Rubik's Cube? tried it.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
Let me give you a pen and paper, and you have endless imagination to draw. Where do you think they're going to take that pen? They're going to start drawing all over the walls, Dr. London. Like, you don't even think through this
Yeah,
stuff.
when they're 14 years old.
Oh my God. I mean, he just potty trained.
Oh,
Well, congrats,
wow.
I guess.
You found the time. That's awesome.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Considering where we are in all
Well-
this, that's great.
So, I mean, let's start with Zach. Dr. London, what do you recommend? I mean, what should she do for Zach? Like, give him an apple?
And quick fix.
Yeah.
Give me a quick
I ju-
fix.
Is this
A visit
is
to the
this-
hospital. It sounds like this is a hospital visit.
Does he just
time.
need makeup to sort of get his face color back
Yeah,
to
maybe a good foundation.
yeah,
Well,
like back to a
Because
normal
I can
color?
go to Sephora.
So-
I'll add it to the to-do.
So, as I said in the medical lesson, it's if it is hepatitis E, then it's supportive care. But given that it sounds like his face is so swollen that you can't tell what has been done to it, then probably he could use real antibiotics. And like even if the hepatitis stuff solves itself, he could have a systemic infection at this point, depending on how long it's been and how deep it's gone.
Systemic. Define systemic.
So instead of topical, which would be just the skin of the face, if you leave an infection for too long, it can burrow deeper, get bigger and worse until it goes into your bloodstream, and
yeah, that's probably what's going on here.
the fevers especially can be related to.
How can you tell that? Is he acting like he has an infection? An infection's in his blood? Is he talking like an infection is controlling him, sort of?
How do people with infections talk?
I don't know. I mean, I assume they would be saying a lot of things that an infection would want. So it'd be more like open more wounds. I don't know. What would an infection want, Dr. London?
They want to eat. They want to eat.
To not go to the hospital, I guess. But I don't know that that's really, I don't know that it can take over
I think
to that degree.
I think what you're saying is I need to take a trip to the ER with my son.
Yeah.
And let me just add it to my to-do.
Well, actually,
and I'll do it.
Actually,
yeah.
before
I just
you
don't know when I'll.
Before you do that, I think you should take a trip to the Bahamas for yourself. First,
oh my God.
do that.
Thank you for saying that.
Then, when you get back,
I haven't had a
then
vacation
take
in
your son to
14
the
years.
hospital.
Sorry, 14 years?
Then take it. 14 years. Go on.
Okay, so since you had Zach, you have not had a vacation.
Not a day. Not a few hours. I mean, I'm just literally running. I literally run a marathon every day. On top of everything.
Wow.
You ran a literal. Okay. Okay. So one question I should have asked earlier on, about your home life is, are you married or single? Just to know how much this burden needs to land on you is sort of what I'm wondering.
I've got a husband. Yeah.
And does he?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, nobody wants anything to do with dad. It's all mommy, 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 mommy. We want this, mommy, this. It's like, I wish my name was Dad.
I mean, does he help out or
because nobody
contribute?
wants anything from Dad. I mean,
Does he help out?
he has a full-time job. I mean, we both do. I'm just a full-time mom, but he has a full-time job paying the bills. He's gone.
What does he do?
All day long. What does he do? Financial stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess
He works at the bank.
Yeah.
all
Okay.
jobs are sort of financial stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, which is why I didn't need any clarification.
Except being a mom.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it.
You
That
both
maybe
get that one.
maybe negative finances in that case.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah.
Literally. Thank God for my husband is all I have to say.
Yep.
So
We have that solved, right? She needs to go on a vacation, and then when she gets back, take Zach to the ER.
Take him to the doctor.
I would go ahead and bump up both of your children to go to the ER pretty emergently now. Like I would just take them now.
I don't know. I feel like we already determined with Pear that your whole theory that, she must have, since she slammed her head so hard after diving into the bottom of the pool, she probably has brain trauma and some sort of spinal injury. Like, yes, we can subscribe to that theory. Or if we think about some of the other theories that have been floating around. I don't remember who came up with this theory. It might be DJ Dillon who said it. I don't remember how it came up, but it could be that she hit a witch with her car and the witch put a hex on the child, who is now oozing goose from her eyes and speaking in a foreign accent. Does she float off the ground ever, or like does she levitate or control objects in any way?
No, because that would be fun. I'd have fun with that.
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, I guess it could be what Dr. London's saying. I'm just not buying it.
I'm sorry. I should also jump back in here, and I have gotten another message from corporate that we can't discuss that diagnosis anymore. Like I kind of went too far with explaining it. Hepatitis E.
Oh my God! Which diagnosis?
The foreign accent syndrome. It's just off limits now. We have to go back to hepatitis E only, and that's just to keep things streamlined here. Because the thing is, we have to cover that lesson later, and they're gonna sever financial loss now if I mention it here.
Listen, I'm more worried about Zach. I think Pear's just doing an accent for fun.
Yeah.
She always likes to talk in an accent. I just think she's doing it for fun
and have the
attention.
The leaking from her eyes. Yeah, and the nose. So, and I hate to sort of transition here, especially given your workload already, but we actually have our own chores to do here.
Oh,
okay.
gosh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Chores. You say the word chores, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I get that.
I mean, honestly, aren't chores sometimes a good break from the kids? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes isn't it it's like an actual vacation to put in headphones and do the dishes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me zone out. Let me drink a bottle of wine and do the dishes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally.
Or you mentioned you run a marathon every day, and it's a literal marathon. I assume a lot of that time is like registering for them, right? Because those all come with like form packets that you have to fill out. I mean, that's going to take hours.
So many registration forms.
Oh my gosh.
So many registration forms. I'm just filling out paperwork all day long. Anyways, I don't want to take you away from your chores. Trust me, I get it.
Dr. London, do you want to?
Yeah. Well, actually, if you wouldn't mind, Kathy, go ahead and spin we have, as you can probably see here, the giant chore wheel. So Cameron, would you mind explaining how this works?
Yeah, for sure. We, Dr. London and I have unfortunately been neglecting all of our chores, all the things on our to-do list, all of our tasks. I'm just going to be completely honest. American Idol was really, really good in the 2002 season that I've been rewatching.
Yes.
So I just haven't had time. This is like what Kathy's talking about. I don't have the time to do the dishes. I don't have the time to take out the
2002 season. That's Clay Aiken, Ruben Stutter.
Yeah.
I know that season.
And so, I'm trying to get through that. No spoilers. I'm trying to catch up on that. And so I just don't have time to do all this stuff. So Dr. London and I came up with this brilliant idea. We built a chore wheel, and it is a giant wheel that has all of our chores on it. And we spin it every single week on the show, and we do the chore, whatever it lands on, no matter what.
Oh my God.
Isn't that right, Dr. London? Even if it's put the dishes in the sink, which you hate putting your dishes in the sink.
I mean, it's not gonna be that. There's just no.
You always say that if a dish has been used, it should be thrown away because who wants to reuse a dish? But that's rich person talk. Is basically what it is, Dr. London.
Maybe as someone who's experienced that side of motherhood, it sounds like rich person talk, but maybe that's just single person talk.
Just wait till you're a mom. Yeah. Trust me.
Wow. Yeah.
So anyway, Kathy, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and giving that a spin.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay, well, I didn't want to do this one. And I've been...
Eek.
Okay, so, do you want to read it off, Cameron, or do you want me to? Because
Ooh.
Yeah, we have to do the DVD commentary for the short film we made for the mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So,
that sounds terrible.
Yes,
yeah.
The mayor commissioned us once again. He's always given us something to do. He gave us this task of a short film that makes him look good. I guess it's propaganda, right? It's propaganda for the mayor.
In the style he shot it.
Well, and we shot it. We actually directed it because he didn't really have any ideas beyond that.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't play this short film for you on a podcast, but we can let you listen in to the DVD commentary that we have to. It's due. We got to turn it in.
I need this. I need this break.
Yeah. And honestly, Kathy, you weren't part of the directing, but if you have any questions of what you see on screen, you know what I mean? Like, please chime in and ask.
For sure.
I mean, Dr. London, do you want to get us started? You came up with the title screen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called Chunkalicious Baby Terrific. So...
and then
title,
the second, there's the mayor's story. There's like
the
two colons.
Yeah. Chunkalicious Baby Terrific, the mayor's story. That's right.
Yes.
Which, by the way, like I don't think it should be called propaganda really, because it's art still.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I think it has artistic integrity for sure. I think we definitely include. The amount of nudity that we included, I think you have to consider that, this is an actual adult, like
okay, because
serious
I was going to say,
film.
let me take the kids, but no.
Well, yeah, because propaganda doesn't involve nudity, and that's a loophole we found.
Well, it's art. You know what I mean? It's Titanic. It's just like it's not
Titanic.
just like, oh, this mayor is so cool. We also show nudity.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wow.
So, do you want me to just hit play? And
yeah. I mean, just go ahead and hit play, and we can just go ahead and start. We can see as it's the sun is rising, and you see a baby sort of crawling down a lone road.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe this baby is coming from someplace interesting or going to someplace interesting.
Well, and what's interesting about that road is that was most of our budget, was building that road. We had to construct it for the baby because not a lot of roads are baby safe anymore. You'd probably be aware of this.
Trust me, I know. Yeah.
That's true.
Did you use styrofoam? Mm-hmm. Was that styrofoam?
Yeah, it's a styrofoam road.
Well, I mean, we use styrofoam beds. We use Casper mattresses is what we did. So we sort of painted those black because concrete doesn't show up as concrete on screen. You have to use Casper mattresses painted like concrete. And then that looks like concrete.
I'm sorry, one little thing. So now they did rebrand a little bit. It is Koala Cola brand Casper mattresses. It's weird the merger they did, but anyway, that's just
yeah, so I mean it's just a full line of Koala Cola brand Casper mattresses. And that's also, we tried it at first on a real road, and yes, even beyond the danger of cars that were just sort of like flying by, the concrete was really hard on the baby's hands. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest.
And on my feet. I was barefoot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you were the baby.
Yeah, sorry, if you didn't recognize me, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't, but I did think the baby was pretty old to be a baby.
Ouch.
Well, actually, I thought that was maybe sort of an interesting statement, right, on ageism in our culture, right?
Wow.
So if you see I'm sorry, but it is still playing. If you see the flock of seagulls there, Kathy, what take do you have from this moment here as...
With the seagulls?
Yeah, just with everything coming in and the scene that's kind of being set. I just want to see what because we have our artistic vision, but I want to know sort of with fresh eyes what it looks like.
Yeah, well, I see this adult baby in a diaper walking barefoot down the street, and then I see these seagulls, which I thought were storks. I thought these were the baby deliverers.
Right, yeah.
Delivering the baby, but this baby... I thought, to me, I was watching it, I said, oh, this baby fell out of the stork's...
Okay, yes, we can use it. Okay. No, go on, please.
The little pouch. And now he's walking alone going, where's my mommy? Where's my daddy?
Oh.
And he's alone. And that baby, let me guess, grows up to be the mayor.
The baby...
Close. Close.
Close. Okay.
The baby doesn't grow up.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I kind of feel like, Cameron, I feel like I'm going to spoil anything if I say much more than that, because
Yeah, the baby has it's not reverse Benjamin Button syndrome, nor is it regular Benjamin Button syndrome. It's just
Foreign accent syndrome.
It's just that he's stuck as an adult baby. It's
Okay.
sort of like if in Age of Adeline, instead of, Blake Lively, it was this man baby.
And also, to your credit, you asked me about the foreign accents because you noticed the accent. So we just wanted to have to use subtitles. So that's why you hear an accent in it.
Yeah.
It's because legally we assumed, I didn't actually check, but we assumed that you can't have subtitles, closed captions in a movie unless you have an accent. So that's why you could hear the non-specific foreign accent.
I love that. I know there's nudity in this, but I think I will take Pear to see it because she loves those accents.
Yeah, and
I would say the movie is mostly kid friendly, just beyond the nudity.
Just lots of nudity.
I feel like most of the nudity
it's just a ton.
Is the baby though?
It's mostly the baby. Yeah, it's mostly the baby.
But the adult baby, yeah.
Yeah, the adult baby, and you sort of see
baby
everything. Because so I mean, I guess that's different. You know what I mean? Like it's mostly this one man who you get to see him as a way to know more about who he is.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you. I feel unless you have any more input because we do have to go reshoot some of these parts, and so any extra feedback we can get.
Well, is that where it ends? It's this scene has been going on for a long time, the walking,
this scene
and the birds. So what is that it?
It's about to it's fading out right now, and then it fades into a softball scene. There's two scenes in this short film. There's baby walking down the road, and there's sort of a softball tournament. So the reason we chose the softball tournament is because it allows us to use a lot of B-roll footage of people sort of just like throwing a ball in their glove or like swinging a bat. And that allowed us to fill up quite a bit of time.
Because we didn't know that we were going to be filming this. And so we were given a budget. We were given a lot of film. And so we started filming before we knew what was happening. And
this is filmed on film, by the way, just because we wanted to really... I love the grain on it. You know what I mean? We really wanted to capture what that old film style looked like.
Well, and it's hard to do that on a feature film, so you do want to do it on a short film to save money. But we did spend most of our... Well, of course, the road was most of the budget, but then the remainder was... this footage that we shot because we were already hanging out filming softball stuff.
Yes.
Right. Now, is that man waving in those stands, is that supposed to represent the mayor?
The man waving in the stands was not supposed to be there. He wasn't actually part of the cast, I guess I should say.
He wasn't an extra either. Yeah.
He wasn't an extra. He wasn't part of the softball game. He just sort of showed up, but all of us thought that the other person invited him, and so no one said anything. In fact, I've got to be honest, I said a few times, "Hey man, how's it been?" because I thought maybe I had met him before and was really embarrassed.
Well, and then the rap party.
I do that every day.
Because we invited him later to the party after we rapped.
Oh, he's my best friend now, yeah.
And so... But it took us a long time of basically just pretending to be best friends with him to find out that we didn't know him beforehand. It's one of those things you don't want to when you've known someone for a while and you don't want to ask. You don't want to embarrass. You don't ask their name. You're like, we're friendly enough that I should know.
How embarrassing.
Yeah. So we have we've been around him pretty constantly since, and I still don't know his name, and I'm already okay. We do need to figure that out, honestly.
But here's the ending right here, is that you can see the last person up to bat who's going to walk all the way around if he were to hit a home run. Guess who it is? It's that adult baby.
It's the baby.
Yeah, and the walking does make the nudity more apparent.
Well, yeah, the long resting shots on the baby rounding the bases.
And I love that man going, he's streaking. And then that woman's like, no, he's a baby. That was a good...
Yeah,
that was a good touch.
The short film doesn't really have much dialogue, if any at all, but that sort of like punctured through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was good. So we all know now. Oh, it's a baby. We don't have to close our eyes.
Okay,
it's almost like the red dress in Schindler's List, right? Like here's this black and white movie, and here's this one thing that pops and stands out, and you focus on it. In the same way, movie doesn't really have any dialogue, but what cuts through and what it makes such an impact on you when you hear it is a guy saying, "Is that person streaking?" and then a woman saying, "No, he's a baby." Talking about this, 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's London. It is Dr. London, but he's in old age makeup.
Yeah. And so I have one little question, once again, just for your input. How noticeable is it that I had to stop at the third base and just take a nap for a while? Because we couldn't cut that out. We had to get length to this movie.
I mean...
Like,
I noticed it, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
I thought, oh, we got tired. And then you got back up and you...
Okay,
and unfortunately, we have to keep all that in. It costs us money every edit. Our editor, who's DJ Dillon, is our editor, and he's very, very expensive. And so if we wanted to cut that out, it would cost $3,500, which we just don't have right now.
He charges us more because... like what he says is that we know what he's capable of. So with other people, he's kind of trying to prove himself. With us, he just says that we know. So anyway,
he said usually it's $500 an edit, but for you guys, since we're close friends, it's $2,500.
Oh, interesting. He went up.
Yeah. Because if you're a real friend, you're a real friend. Aren't you going to help support your friends? Mm-hmm. That's what he said, and it made sense.
Yeah.
So.
It makes sense. Yeah, thank you, DJ Dillon.
Yes.
All right. So now you can see the credits. Now, the credits do go on for another few hours. We have a lot of, once again, a blooper reel here, but I don't know how much of that we want to get into.
Well, lots of, like, playing with your ding dong, which is fun. That's fun, but maybe a little inappropriate,
Yeah, and that seems to be mostly what the blooper is. And to call it a blooper would sort of imply that it was unintentional, which does not seem to be the case at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look. That looks very.
You're looking down the barrel of the camera, just kind of looking straight through it.
Well, yeah, there's a hot dog stand behind it.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Woo! Wow. Listen, my husband's always gone. That's the first I've seen of that in a long time, in 14 years, to be honest. So.
You're too busy.
Wow.
Who has time to see a ding dong?
Only ding dongs with nothing to do.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, so I'm sorry to have to, make you go through this chore that we have. I know you have plenty on your plate anyway. But would you mind one last thing, just destroying the chore wheel? So we have this, the chore wheel pickaxe. If you wouldn't mind just hacking away at it. And then I'll just real quick. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Just wanted to get that done because we do, of course, add to it every week and it changes shape and fractional amounts. So we have to make a new one every week. Anyway,
wow.
Yeah.
Also, I love that was your chore. God, I wish that was my chore.
Yeah.
That's a fun chore.
I feel like you haven't worked with the mayor. If you had worked with the mayor and had him riding your ass and trying to like control you, you would feel a little differently.
Yeah, trust me, I get it.
All right. Well, I feel like we're kind of drawn to the end here. Is there anyone any way for our listeners to keep up with you or with anyone you're a fan of?
Yeah, listen, back in the day before I was a mother of two,
gosh.
I was pursuing a career in entertainment.
Oh.
And I still have that old account.
Okay.
I went by Chase_O Donnel. So I like to just keep up with that one as if, like,
oh, you pretend
back in the day
to still be okay.
Yeah, I just pretend it's my Finsta. It's just for me to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, you gotta have one escape, but add that to the to-do list. I gotta post on Instagram.
Oh.
I mean, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You got to sign in before you post sometimes.
I
Not
gotta
all the
sign
time,
in.
but sometimes you have to.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta sign in a lot of the times. It's not gonna remember.
Let me just remember my password.
My
Oh,
74 passwords. Yeah.
Oh, let me make sure I've got all that memorized while I'm doing the dishes. Come on.
How much am I supposed to hold in here? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and speaking of which, one thing that you really should hold is that whole visit to the emergency room with your children. I recommend that you really go straight away from here to that. That's.
And I remember I said my husband works in finance, and I do remember now I'm wrong. He works in surgery. He's a doctor. I get those confused. So.
And he didn't notice.
Well, he's at the doctor's
He's too
office all
busy.
day long.
Okay.
He's at some office all day long. So
Okay.
maybe I can just load them in the car with him, and it'll be Daddy takes the kids to work day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much to Kathy Kent for being on.
Oh my God, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you to our producer Cameron. Thank you to Digital in the House.
Oh, hi. My name is Kathy Kent. Oh God, I've got so much to do. Hi, I'm happy to be here. I've just got so much to do. Oh God, I'm so busy. I'm a mom. Okay, I've just got left and right. I'm running around. I gotta walk the dog. I gotta brush my teeth. There's so much to do. I gotta make the bed. Yeah. I gotta file my nails. I haven't filed my nails. Oh God. Well, you have to give up. I haven't even eaten today. I have to eat today. I haven't done that today. Oh God. That's how stressed I am. Oh God. Oh God. I haven't even eaten. Oh God. I haven't even eaten. Oh God, I'm so busy. I'm a mom. I haven't even eaten. Oh God, I'm so busy. I'm a mom. I haven't even eaten. Oh God, I'm so busy. I'm a mom. I haven't even eaten.
My name is Dr. LennonSmith.com, and this has been the Jock Doc Podcast.
See ya.